Hundreds of people demonstrated on the streets of Nairobi on Thursday amid a wave of discontent following the naming of suspects by the International Criminal Court. The ICC, led by Chief Prosecutor Moreno Ocampo, says that 3 Kenyan cabinet ministers and a former police chief were the masterminds behind the deadly violence that rocked Kenya following disputed 2007 presidential elections. Analysts say the court's process could destabilize the fragile coalition government of President Mwai Kibaki and Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Joining us now on the phone from The Hague to discuss the situation is ICC Chief Prosecutor Moreno Ocampo. Mr. Ocampo, welcome to In Focus.
Thank you.
Now, right at the top, many Kenyans are still asking why and how did you settle on the 6 men?
No, but this is a Kenya decision. Kenya ratified the treaty creating International Criminal Court. I was last year in Nairobi informing the President and Prime Minister I will open a case. Then I requested judges of the International Criminal Court to authorization. In March, I start my investigation. I collect evidence. And basically, we are presenting to the judges the information that how we believe the crimes were committed. We show how first members of the opposition organized themselves to commit crimes against those supporters of the party in the government, and part of the idea was to remove them from the place and then consolidate the control of the area. And then the reaction of the members of the government was to attack the areas where the supporters of the opposition party are, and then kill and shoot them and rape women. So. Yeah. That's what the crimes were presenting.
Yeah. Now, even with all that, Mr. Ocampo, we still have some politicians, including the Prime Minister Raila Odinga himself, saying that you are politicizing the process, and that is why you have 3 members of ODM, 3 members of the PNU party. How do you explain that?
No, Mr. Odinga is not saying that. I think I follow the evidence. I have, in one case, I have 2 members of the ODM party, the opposition party, and one guy who's a manager radio. And in the other side, I have 1 member of the government party, 1 public functionary, the head of the civil system, and a chief of police. So they are not the last 2 are not members of the party.
Okay. Now, the naming of this 6 has generated a lot of debate, even right in the Kenyan parliament, and some trying to find a way of avoiding The Hague. So is there a way they can really dodge the ICC?
No, yes, the 6-person identified can present evidence showing that if the information is wrong, we will present, and then the judges could decide. So now, for these 6 individuals, the judges will have the last decision. But I would say 85% of the population in Kenya is supporting this process. So, and I like the idea there are some peaceful demonstration in Kenya. Basically, we are doing justice for people involved in the high position in Kenya, and nothing wrong happened. There is a public debate, which is okay, but there's nothing violent. So Kenya is showing how they are learning to manage the conflict in a different way. And I am proud the ICC, the International Criminal Court, is helping them.
Now, very briefly, you've asked these officials to cooperate with you. What does that mean?
Yeah, because in the International Criminal Court, it's not needed to arrest them. If they ensure to appear before the judges, I can request a summons to appear, and that's what I did. And interestingly, the 6-person identifier accept to come to the court. So, in principle, as soon they are not committing new crimes, as soon they are not affecting the investigation, they can remain free during the process. The judge will decide.
Mm-hmm. You know, want to thank you very much, Mr. Ocampo, for joining us today. That's Moreno Ocampo, ICC Chief Prosecutor.